This week I'm exploring a different side of Germany. The quiet countryside, the small towns, and the stories hidden between them. From the peaceful villages of Zotzenbach and Rimbach, surrounded by rolling hills and half-timbered homes, to the historic heart of Old Frankfurt, where medieval streets meet modern skyscrapers and the past still whispers through every corner. This is a journey through Germany's countryside, its culture and its older soul, seen one town at a time. Let's dive in. But before we can get to that fun stuff, I am currently in my homeland of Canada. Can you guys believe this? We've got this much snow in Canada already. This is wild. I'm currently driving back to Fred's place, which is where I'm staying now. We left that hotel that we were in last week's video. And yeah, I'm trying not to crash, meaning like slide into a ditch, because it is so icy on the roads. And obviously this is an older car and it's not handling it too well. It's kind of sliding all over the place. So yeah, luckily I'm not too far away. I was basically just sitting at Frederick's place watching a movie, and then one of my cousins asked if he could get a ride home. So that's what I did. Hopefully make it home in one piece, and then I'm gonna hit the hay. Come on, old Betsy. Come on. All right. She's sliding. Oh! Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Oh boy, I made it. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. Barely. This is one of my favorite cars on the planet. Love riding this thing. Not a winter car. Definitely not a winter car. Whew. Wowza, it's cold. It's also it's a carbureted engine, so it takes a while to get going, but once it's going, the thing runs great. And especially in the summer and stuff, like I said, I love this car. But it's not a winter car, and it's cold in here because the heating is based off of the engine's heat, and it's not very warm right now. At least we made it home. As you can see, home isn't the most desirable place to be right now. With temperatures dropping, our cozy little home on the island will soon be freezing up. And while the lake freezes, you better be prepared, because you won't be leaving until it does. Usually this time would be spent scrambling to get the last of our firewood split as we prepare for the long, cold nights of winter. But this time during the freeze-up, I'll be traveling Europe with my parents, although I do plan on heading back once the ice is safe, to enjoy Canada's winter wonderland. Unfortunately, after my last trip in Norway, I lost my passport, so I headed into the city, not one of my favorite places to be, and stood in line for a couple hours, not my favorite activity,
with the broken foot,
to get a brand new passport, before heading to my cousin Frederick's place, where I'll be spending the night before he drives us to the airport in the morning.
Hey Fred, how's it going? Just
going
kidding.
Great.
Just woke up and now going to the airport.
Shove a camera in my face.
Just playing with you.
General store?
General store. Let's get some sandwiches.
We're going to the Hockley General Store to get the best sandwiches in the area. Some of my favorite sandwiches I've ever had, actually.
In the world.
In the world.
In the whole wide world, guys?
Your dad's? I'll give it to you. This right one.
So we got the guys' favorite sandwiches, and now we're on the way to the airport. Later.
See you in Africa.
Bye, Fred.
See ya.
See ya.
Although I've been fortunate enough to travel a lot, I am not the best on planes, as you guys know if you watch my Norway trip. But this time, however, I was actually able to sleep for a few hours and woke up well rested in Frankfurt, Germany. Our plan when we land is to meet up with my Uncle Waldemar, who will be letting us stay in his little apartment so that we can enjoy the German countryside and plan for the next phase of the journey.
Hey, good to see you again.
You look tired.
Oh, hey, how's my vlogger?
This is my first time in Germany and on the Autobahn, which is both exciting and very nerve-wracking. My uncle knows that some of my favorite things are history and old architecture. So on the way to his house, he stopped off to show us the old and scenic town of Heppenheim.
Spring, it's really cool here. Like old tables, everyone has a table.
Tucked along the edge of the Odenwald Mountains, Heppenheim is one of those towns that feels almost too perfect to be real. Half-timbered houses line the old streets, vineyards climb the hillsides, and every direction you look feels like stepping into a German postcard. In the center stands the old fountain, and above it all sits the iconic Rathaus, the town hall. The heart of the town is the Marktplatz, a beautifully preserved medieval square wrapped in timber-framed buildings and tiny cafes. As I walk around, I can't help but notice the dates on some of these buildings. This one here is only a few years younger than the United States of America. If you're here during the right season, the wine festivals are in a highlight. Music, food, and the entire community gathers in these streets. Small bakeries, family-run restaurants, narrow lanes that twist into hidden courtyards, and locals who greet you with that quiet, warm friendliness you only get in small German towns. So if you ever find yourself in this corner of Germany, take a moment, slow down, and let Heppenheim show you what small-town Europe is supposed to feel like. After an exciting first few hours in Germany, it's time to relax and spend time with family. That is so beautiful. Nestled in a valley and framed by the forest slopes of the Odenwald, the village of Zotzenbach feels like a hidden chapter of Germany waiting to be discovered. Zotzenbach's story reaches far back. Its first documented mention comes from the year 877, when the land was called Villa Zotzenbach. Over the centuries, this small settlement would carve out a quiet, enduring life in the shadows of lords, forests, and the changing tides of history. In its early form, Zotzenbach was what scholars recognize as one of the oldest forest-clearing villages in Germany. The evangelical church in Zotzenbach was built in 1877, and the parish formally separated from the Rimbach church community in 1883. On the 31st of December 1971, Zotzenbach was incorporated into the larger municipality of Rimbach. Yet even as administrative lines changed, The village retained its crushed stone lanes, half-timbered facades, and woodland hush. In the village of Zotzenbach stands a small but powerful reminder of the past. This war memorial honors the local men who never returned home from World War I and World War II. The inscription reads, "In memory of the dead, a reminder to the living." It's a somber moment in an otherwise peaceful town, a place where history still whispers, reminding us of the cost of war and the value of peace. Just a few steps further, you'll find a name that echoes across German history, Friedrich Ludwig Jahn, often called the father of gymnastics. Born in 1778, Jahn believed physical strength built national strength, and he created the first public gymnastics field, sparking a movement that shaped modern sports in Germany. A reminder of how one person's vision can reshape a culture.
Good morning, everybody. I just went for a walk with my coffee, and I was planning on doing a pretty short walk just because my foot's still healing. But as you can see, I completely left town. It's a pretty small town, but still took quite a while, and I found the nature park with all the hiking trails. I've been looking for this for a while now, so it's pretty cool that I found it. I'm going to walk a little bit up since it's such a beautiful day. Super dewy. We had slight rain last night, and everything's just sparkling as the sun comes up. But man, I can't get over how beautiful this area is. Just absolutely gorgeous. From how quiet it is in the morning. Today is Sunday morning, which would be Saturday a couple hours back in Canada. And it's just dead quiet. Like, every day here is completely quiet except for the church bells ringing, letting you know what time it is. And then, you know, like, there's the odd family going for a walk. But other than that, it's just super quiet, super peaceful and cozy here. And of course, the buildings. You guys know I love old things. And some of these buildings here are older than the United States. Like, and they're still just people's houses and cafes. It's really, really amazing to see. And as we go walking up farther out of town, get into the forest here, you can see all the horses and beautiful farm fields stretching over the hills. It's just like, it's a postcard, really. Like, exactly what you'd picture like a Germany postcard looking like is exactly what it looks like outside of the cities in Germany. I mean, even in the little town there, like I was mentioning earlier, it's, you know, like, it's a full town with stores and everything else and houses, but then between like two houses there's this little stable with horses in it, and it's so cool to me, and I absolutely love it. So I've been having a lot of fun here. When I got off of the airplane, I must have caught something in one of the airports, because I've been pretty sick the past few days, which hasn't been very fun. But I'm feeling slightly better now, so I'm just enjoying my time and going out into the wilds of Germany a bit more. The thing I like that's got me pretty excited, because obviously Germany is not the main destination for this whole trip. Spain and Italy are, but we'll be here for a little while, go through France and a couple other countries on our way. The thing that's got me excited for the time we have in Germany here is just when I zoom out and look at a map, is it seems like there's, you know, a small beautiful town like this one, and then you zoom out and it's just, you know, forest all around it, and then another little tiny town, and then another little tiny town, and they're all kind of just separated by like hills or rivers. And it seems like a really cool, you know, layout. If most of the towns in this area are anything like this one, then I could explore here for a very, very long time, because there's just so much little history. Like this one, you know, you see this tiny plaque, something you probably would just walk past and not even think about it. And it turns out that the person who invented gymnastics, like as a whole, came from this tiny little town here in Germany. And you just never know that if you didn't go walking around. It's so interesting to me how much, can go on in such a tiny place. Well, it is beautiful. You can hear the birds chirping, the river, and everything else. So I'm just going to put away the camera for a bit and enjoy it. Okay, wow. I can't get over how huge these trees are. Like, look at that. I'm not exactly sure what type they are. The trail kind of just started. It's taken me a really long time because I can't walk too fast, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The sun's still coming up, so it's kind of dark, but I think that almost makes it even more beautiful. All of the moss on all the stones and trees looks gorgeous. It looks like something out of Lord of the Rings, like Mirkwood or something. It is beautiful though. One thing I've noticed about the trail so far, and also just Zotzenbach and Rimbach in general, is how clean they are. Like walking through the town and everything, you never see a piece of garbage, or very rarely. And this whole trail, super clean, like there's no big branches or trees that have fallen. There's no garbage or cans or anything. It's quite nice. Feels like I went back in time about a month and a half, because when we left Canada, I was sliding all over the road because of the ice and the snow. And now I'm back, I'm walking. It's fairly warm, just enough for a little jacket in the early morning. And there's still leaves on the trees and on the ground. I basically went back to fall, which I'm definitely not complaining about. When the snow started falling over in Canada, I was not ready for it. Like, it was pretty early for that much snow as well, but just in general, I was not ready for winter. So yeah, this is quite nice. Looks like I'm about to reach the sun, and with that, a bit of the warmth. Oh wow, look at that. Can't really see it right now, but looks like we're getting up onto a hill now, and I can see some of the other towns off in the distance, but right now they're covered in trees. But right ahead, it looks like, man, look at this, so beautiful. Right ahead, it looks like we should get a nice view on top of the hill there. These hills and fields are so beautiful. I'm pretty sure my Uncle Waldemar was saying that this area is mostly famous for wine. So you see a lot of vineyards kind of on these hills in the area. I think mostly that's near Rimbach, which is one of the nearer towns. Oh, what a beautiful walk that was. Coming back into Zotzenbach now. And I'm going to try my best to make it there before 11 when one of their only bakeries closes. They close quite early on Sunday. Like I was mentioning, Sunday is kind of like a rest day for people in Germany, a day to go out and explore and spend times outdoors with the family. And most stores and shops close. But this one is open until 11. And it's currently 10:28, and I'm about 14 minutes away. So I might not make it. It takes me a while to walk anywhere right now, but either way, man, what a beautiful way to start the morning here in Germany. I know I haven't been able to show too much and we just arrived, and I had no plan or anything, and I was sick, but just the time I've had so far has been absolutely amazing in Germany. It makes me want to spend more time here before heading to Spain, but you know, we'll see what we can get up to in that time. But Germany is definitely a place I want to come back, hopefully with my motorcycle or even on foot. This seems like the kind of country you could backpack across comfortably. There's tons of beautiful trails out here. The people are super nice. Each town has great little inns and food, like restaurants and cafes. Yeah, it would be an absolute blast. And, you know, hopefully I'll get the chance to explore more of it later on. Well, the cafe was closed, but I was kind of expecting that. So I'm just gonna head home and I'll see what my parents are up to. Probably just have to start editing, but if we have time, then maybe I could drive somewhere or just make something good at the apartment we're staying at below my Uncle Waldemar and Aunt Christie's place. But man, what a beautiful town.
Although I missed the cafe, we've got something a lot more fun planned for the rest of the day. Welcome to Frankfurt, Germany, a city where skyscrapers tower over cobblestone streets, and Europe's financial heartbeat echoes through a place shaped by nearly 2,000 years of history. Frankfurt is often known as the banking capital of Europe, home to the European Central Bank, one of the busiest airports in the world, and a skyline that looks almost more American than European. But beneath the modern steel and glass lies something far older. Older than the airport, older than the banking district, older even than the idea of Germany itself. And that's what I'm here for today. Beyond the skyscrapers tucked between the main river and the shadow of the cathedral lies something called the Altstadt, Old Frankfurt. It's the historic heart of the city, rebuilt, restored, and glowing with centuries of stories. And today, we're diving right into it.
I want to go to a cozy inn. Oh, it looks like the Christmas market.
Yeah, they said it's one of the best in Germany. It opens in December, but
Some of it's open already, though. They're serving stuff. So cozy.
yeah, they're not even set up. Some of these places are just getting ready for Christmas.
I wonder when this opens.
I heard it's open all of December, so what is it now? Probably in 2 weeks.
Look at that. Oh,
They'd
look
be
at the
setting it
Christmas
up
tree,
right now.
guys. They're setting it up.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Me either. It's huge.
That is so
It's a real
cool.
one, too.
I was about to say, like, oh wow, that looks real.
Yeah.
The base there. Wow, that's a
They
huge.
would have had to bring it in by crane.
There's no better time to visit Old Frankfurt than during the Christmas season. Every year from late November to just before Christmas Eve, the Frankfurt Christmas market transforms the Romanberg Square into a winter fairy tale. It's one of the oldest and largest Christmas markets in Germany, drawing millions of visitors with its glowing lights, wooden stalls, and the smell of roasted almonds drifting through the air. As you walk through the market, you pass stands selling traditional German crafts, beautiful hand-carved ornaments, wooden figurines, beeswax candles, and steaming mugs of their famous mulled wine. But one of the most magical parts of this area are the small shops tucked behind the stalls. Stores selling old German wall clocks with tiny dancers spinning to old melodies. Walls lined with handmade nutcrackers, each one carved like a king, soldier, or old man from the mountains. Little boutiques offering German trinkets, from steins to music boxes. Tiny wooden toys and hand-painted decorations that have been part of the German Christmas traditions for centuries. Unfortunately, the Christmas market isn't open yet, but if we're fortunate enough, we can come back next week and explore when everything's in full swing.
When does this actually open? When does the...
The official opening is Monday at 4:30, but the stands are open already at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
but the 24th.
24th. Oh, good. So we'll still be here.
That's nice. See you there.
We don't want to miss Christmas in Frankfurt. My goodness. Wow, this is.
It's actually, the name of the tree is from a fairy tale, from a German fairy tale. I don't know, do you know Brothers Grimm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have one fairy tale about Frau Holle, which is the lady in the sky, which shakes the bed so
Right.
the snow comes out,
Yeah.
and her name is Frau Holle. Yeah, because the area where the tree comes from is where the Brothers Grimm lived.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Long before Christmas lights hung across these streets, Frankfurt was already a city of remarkable importance. Frankfurt's story reaches back to the Romans, who set up a small outpost here around the 1st and 3rd century AD. The location wasn't random. This was a shallow point in the river where people could cross the Main, and the name Frankfurt literally means the ford of the Franks. The first recorded mention came in 794 AD, when Charlemagne listed the settlement in a royal document. From there, the city quickly rose in importance. For centuries, Frankfurt became the center stage of the Holy Roman Empire. In 1356, Emperor Charles IV issued the Golden Bull, declaring Frankfurt the official city where kings of the Holy Roman Empire would be elected. Later, starting in 1562, emperors were also crowned here. Announcers shouted, bells rang, and rulers walked through these very streets you see today. The old town, the Altstadt, grew into one of the largest medieval cities in Europe. Frankfurt's famous trade fairs date back to the 12th century. Merchants from all over Europe arrived to buy and sell goods, a tradition that eventually helped transform Frankfurt into the financial powerhouse it is today. In 1848, St. Paul's Church right here in the Altstadt hosted the first freely elected German parliament. This was the birthplace of German democracy. A defining moment in the nation's political history. Then came World War II. In just a few air raids in 1944, Frankfurt's medieval Old Town, one of the greatest collections of timber-framed architecture in Europe, was almost completely destroyed. Over 90% vanished in flames. After the war, only a small part of the Altstadt was rebuilt in its historical style. The rest became modernized until recently. Between 2012 and 2018, Frankfurt launched one of the most ambitious reconstruction projects in Europe. 35 buildings were rebuilt using traditional methods, blending old foundations with new materials. Today, the area feels like stepping back into the Middle Ages, a restored slice of what once was. This is the heart of Old Frankfurt, a place rebuilt not just with stone and timber, but with memory. And rising above all of Old Frankfurt, you'll see it. The red stone giant that shaped centuries of European history, the Frankfurt Cathedral. Officially called Kaiserdom St. Bartholomew's, this cathedral isn't just another church. It's a place where emperors were chosen and crowned. The first church on the site was built sometime around the 7th and 9th century, but the structure we recognize today took shape during the Gothic period, especially in the 14th and 15th centuries. Inside the cathedral once housed the Imperial Election Chapel, where the 7 electors, 3 archbishops, and 4 princes chose who would become the next king of the Romans. These decisions shaped the future of Europe. From 1562 to 1792, each emperor-to-be walked this cathedral in a massive procession, climbing its steps to be crowned under the vaulted ceiling. The cathedral also survived its share of tragedy. It burned multiple times throughout history and suffered heavy damage in World War II. But each time Frankfurt rebuilt it, because the cathedral isn't just a building, it's a symbol of identity, resilience, and history. Today, its 95-meter tower watches over the Altstadt and the Christmas market below, connecting the modern city to its medieval soul. Standing beneath it, you realize Frankfurt may be a city of skyscrapers now, but this cathedral, this ancient tower of red sandstone, reminds you where everything began. After a long and fun day exploring Germany, nothing sounds better than heading to a local restaurant to enjoy some German cuisine.
I like this spot, then we can overlook all that. Ooh, it's warm in here.
Wow, what a cozy town square. This whole place is insanely cozy. And then this building seems incredibly old. It's beautiful, but like the spiral stairs that goes all the way up is super neat. Wow. What a fun time. This is the sort of place I love. Only wish we could be here during the full swing of the Christmas market.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching this week's episode, and I hope you will join me on my upcoming adventures every Sunday at 8 a.m. If you're enjoying this content, then consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to check out my Patreon channel. And as always, a special thank you to those of you who have already subscribed to my Patreon channel. Your support means a lot, and it helps me to be able to keep doing what I love doing and bringing you guys new videos each week. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another adventure.